Hi, Deanie again, and welcome to week 6. Now, last week in week 5, I didn't give you too much work to do. There were just a couple of short exercises. This week, it's all about the exercise. This week's called Launch into Poetry. One of the most difficult aspects of writing poetry, or indeed anything actually, is coming up with a topic or theme. The following exercise is a fun way to create a poem using inspiration from other people's words. The purpose of this exercise is to use words or phrases that you might not have thought of before, therefore expanding your word repertoire and creating a poem with a theme or subject that you might not have previously considered. Found words poetry exercise. And what I want you to do is to take a selection of books, magazines, technical books, as random as possible. Perhaps do this at the library and delve into sections you wouldn't normally go into. My example here, this is my very random collection of books. I've got a book on judo, I've got a very old National Geographic, I've got a book on Art Nouveau art, Sherlock Holmes, Nancy Drew, my favourite childhood book, and a book on music theory. Now, what I'd like you to do is get your selection of books, 4, 5, 6, however many you want, and just randomly open the books at pages, wherever you think. It doesn't really matter. I'm opening this music theory. I'm not musical in the slightest, so this is totally out of my realm. Read through and just see if there are any sentences, phrases, words that just sound nice to you. It doesn't matter if they don't mean anything to you, but if they sound nice or interesting. I want you to get a piece of paper and to go through all of your books and find words or phrases that you like the sound of. Now, they needn't be on any particular theme, they need to be fairly random. So for example, let's see, minor key. My eyesight's gone bad. That's quite a nice word. Key signature. And in Nancy Drew, ooh, he didn't steal anything. That's quite a nice sentence. So just pick out completely random sentences, write them down, get about 20 of them. Now, these are the words that you're going to use to create your poem. You can use all of them or just some of them, doesn't really matter. The poem can be any style you like, so it doesn't have to rhyme or be in a particular order or style, just however you want to do it. You can add your own words around your found words as well. So you can make sentences make sense by adding extra words to it. Or you can just use what you found. It really doesn't matter, however you'd like to do it. Have a go. I'll show you an example of one that I did on this same exercise on a poetry event that I went to a while ago. One thing you'll notice about the poem that I've written on this found words exercise is that I happened to pick up a magazine on climate change, which is not something I'd normally look at, and a lot of the words came from that. Now, what I also did in this poem is I used a lot of the alliteration and assonance and consonants that I mentioned in week 5. If you look at my blog post, you'll see I've highlighted it all in blue where I've done that. So I've done that on purpose just to help the flow of the poem with these strange phrases that I picked up from numerous different magazines, but primarily from the climate change. It was National Geographic magazine. So this is my very odd and very un-me poem, but penetrate the meniscus, press a finger through and feel the silent whoosh as water greedily devours your digit. Fractured blues and hues of turquoise puzzle pieces slap and lap and try to tie you down in weedy knots of liquid treachery. A trillion gallons of dew and thawing permafrost curate their murky ambition with pharmaceutical fish. Pump the aquifer dry. For supreme magic to purify the climate science circles of tepid doubts on drought. So it's your turn to have a go at the exercise now. Mine was a very strange combination of mostly just the found words. So do just put weird phrases together. It will sound really great once you've got it all together. That's the end of week 6. So I look forward to seeing you in week 7, and happy writing this week.